and welcome to CruiseCast. I'm Millie.
And I'm Nicole. This is the only podcast for every cruise enthusiast, straight from the experts at cruise.co.uk, where we delve into everything from the main dining room to smoking on balcony.
This week we'll be discussing Christmas on a cruise, exploring the ins and outs of how the cruise lines change their ships to match the festive season.
Joining us today are two specialist cruise consultants. Over to George and Freddie.
I'm George. I've been with Cruise now for the past 3 years. I really enjoy sailing with Princess as well as MSC. Came back off an MSC a few weeks ago as well.
Hi, it's Freddie. I've been with Cruise.co for 5 years and I'm a big fan of celebrity cruise lines.
So, we found recently, as it's the festive season, one topic that's dividing people is whether you should go on a cruise at Christmas and is it worth being away from your family, like sacrificing all your traditions, and whether you should embrace what the cruise lines are doing at the festive period. So we put it to a vote and we've did a poll on the question, how do you feel about spending Christmas on a cruise? So 322 people voted. What percentage do you think of people said they would love to be on a cruise at Christmas?
I think everyone wants to be on a cruise, regardless at the time of year. I don't think Christmas is kind of...
No, I disagree. I would have said probably 50-50, to be honest with you. Go on the fence. I think you got some people that love going away at Christmas. My parents go away every other year at Christmas, but I couldn't think of anything worse.
It depends again on the age bracket, doesn't it? So
how close you are to your family as well.
If you hate them, I mean, cause there's going to be nothing better than getting away from them.
Saves you cooking as well.
Saves getting food poisoning off your mother-in-law or something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to go about 50-50, I think.
50-50?
So I think it'll be higher.
That people actually want to be away?
Yeah, I think depends on the Christmas. It gets you away from the Queen's speech as well.
No, because the Queen's speech is broadcasted on the cruise lines.
I suppose.
Can't get away from it.
Can't get away from Liz. Wherever you go, Liz is there.
So it was actually 70% of people that said they loved the idea.
Boom. Mic drop.
But we did have a third option in there, which I didn't tell you about. That is, people would consider it, but it would have to be somewhere amazing. So that's bringing in the destination.
Mm-hmm.
So 7% said no, absolutely not. They wouldn't want to be on a cruise at Christmas, and 24% said they consider based on the destination.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts? What would you have voted yourself in the poll?
I wouldn't go anywhere colder than England.
There's the anywhere colder than England.
Won't be thinking about the Northern Lights.
The thing is with a lot of Christmas cruises though, they say they want to go away to, if the destinations are right, but everyone still wants a bargain, and it's always from Southampton down to the Canary Isles. You've still got 3 days of snow before you even get down there.
Yeah. You need to be going somewhere warm, Caribbean, Middle East, somewhere like that, Australia.
I would have thought like Lapland or something, but...
Depends
on an icebreaker.
Yeah.
That one would go down like the Titanic.
Yeah, you could do something like that.
And it's kind of landlocked.
But yeah, I don't know, I probably would have thought somewhere cold because it's more Christmassy, isn't it? So
I mean, I'd do it if it was on a Disney cruise. I think Disney anyway is amazing. But having Christmas dinner with Mickey there, no matter how old you are, with Mickey in a Christmas hat, it's going to be amazing though.
See, no, I'm with Nicole. I would find that absolutely horrific. That's the worst thing I can think of.
You say, I'm like...
Give me my turkey, get me out of this room. That's just that.
I'm 20 and I'd still love to have dinner with Mickey.
You're not 20.
So 20, yeah.
I know you, yeah. 20.
All right then, 32.
Do you think it's the Christmas dinner that would be tempting, not having to clean and tidy up the house?
Yeah, it's tempting, but I'm cooking for 11 this year, so I'm going to have a house full. I quite like being in the kitchen.
There might not be 11 people left at the end of the dinner.
I'll be dead on Boxing Day. But it's attractive, but I think it depends on your age. If you've cooked for 25 years for your family and you want a bit of a breather, then why not? I don't think they're going to begrudge you for one year.
For me, I like to feel that stodge at the end of Christmas dinner. I don't think you could get that at the end of a cruise Christmas dinner.
Really?
No, probably not. It's a bit smaller, isn't it?
I had smaller portions, whereas I like just to carry on going and going and going, and then go to at the end of like your Christmas dinner, an hour later, I'm going to go and pick up the turkey or something like that.
Do turkey buffet? Did they do buffet at the Windjammer for Christmas dinner? Bottomless turkey. Did they do that?
There's an idea.
That is an idea. There you go. That's an idea for the cruise lines. Christmas buffet.
So on our poll, someone has commented, Pat Quill has said, we spent last Christmas on the Oceania Nautica sailing from Cape Town to Singapore. We'd do it again in a heartbeat as it was fantastic. Beautiful decorations, great food. Even got to sit on Santa's lap, which was not such a thrill for him as I'm 73.
I love Pat already. Pat, you're my hero.
So, what are your thoughts on that? Do you not think we should be embracing how much effort the cruise lines really go to over the festive season?
Yes, I think so. But again, like they've been on Oceania. That's a top end line. Completely different than what you would get with something. And they're real foodies on that line as well. It's probably one of the top for dining. I've done Oceania myself.
Definitely,
with you actually.
Definitely. Not together.
No. And that was the food. It was incredible, wasn't it? So I suppose, and it's a smaller ship, it's a bit more intimate, a bit more personal. I think you probably lose a little bit of that on a massive cruise ship. But I
think the mass market cruise ships they've got a broad spectrum there, haven't they? They've not, although Christmas, it's a religious festival, they don't go into it as much as some people think, I don't think. I've certainly had customers come back to me afterwards, when they come back and say, well, actually, they didn't do as much as I would expect. I think to say that they've got Santa on board, I think that's what everyone expects, but I don't think every cruise line has that.
Trees now, they're on a couple of decks doesn't constitute a massive thing, does it?
No.
Yeah. But it's not just the luxury lines that would go all out, because the likes of P&O and Cunard and Princess and every other line, they'll have crew pantomimes, Santa's Grotto, you'll have mulled wine before you step on board, you've got the religious services if that's what you'd be partaking in at home, there's festive activities for families, you get your whole traditional dinner with everything, so it wouldn't just be luxury, so some might say what's not to love there.
And each ship is going to be different, I think. So.
Yeah. But it sounds like the cruise lines would bring Christmas to the ship.
Definitely, I think.
Yeah, more so than others, I think. But I think they've got to. I think the cruise lines are almost forced into doing it, really, because it is that time of year. People have gone on the ship probably for that reason. You can do a Caribbean cruise how many months of the year? Pretty much all of it. They've gone on that Caribbean cruise potentially over Christmas, specifically to experience that. The cruise lines, they've got it.
They have to warrant charging the extra over Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you can't escape it, really, can you?
No.
Ian Fleming also commented on the poll saying, brilliant way to avoid the hassle of Christmas, avoid drunken relatives, arguments, and do your own thing.
That's if you bring them on board, though.
So if you tell them you're cruising or not, and then they surprise you on board.
we would probably be the drunken relative.
Yeah, probably.
I quite like that part of Christmas, to be honest. Having a bit of a hangover on Boxing Day, nothing wrong with that. But you might be with 2,000 also equally drunk people, so it's whichever way you look at it, really. If they've all got a drinks package, then you could potentially they're going to hammer it on Christmas Day.
Drunken relatives versus drunken strangers. Absolutely. if you're on the wrong cruise,
those brandies are going to be flowing after that, after that Christmas pudding, let me tell you.
Really, it's true. But do you think you would find less stress if you went on a cruise over Christmas?
Yeah, because everything's done for you. We're all doing it. I started doing my Christmas shopping and everything in October. So if you've not got the stress of the Christmas dinner, who's cooking what, making sure everyone else is happy. If you're that, because it's generally centred around one person Christmas Day, one person doing everything. Yeah. It's mum, dad, nan, granddad, whoever. Everyone could just get on and actually spend time with each other.
You would still probably have the faff before, though. If you go away on the 18th of December and you're back on the 2nd of January, you're not avoiding buying presents for your relatives. You're just delaying it. They'd all get...
They'd get something from the onboard gift shop.
The gift shop, yeah. That's what everybody wants.
Everyone would get a Celebrity Cruises pen or something like that.
It does take the thought out of it. I agree with that. But, yeah, again, I think it's how you view Christmas, really.
Yeah. Because some might see it as a breath of fresh air. You're not spending every Christmas forever on a cruise. You might just think, let's see what's different this year. Let's see if I like having someone else.
I think you've got to go and experience it. Ultimately, the only way you're going to experience it is by doing it. As simple as that.
Hopefully it would bring everyone together, because thinking about it, obviously this is what the crew members have signed up for, but they're away from their family at Christmas. So, the atmosphere might be quite...
I imagine it's quite electric on board.
It'd be nice, yeah.
And with all the festive decorations around and things like that, I imagine it's a great atmosphere.
Yeah, the crew probably love working Christmas Day because everybody is literally in good spirits.
And going back to the comment about how stressful it can be, I think this is something the cruise lines definitely keep in mind. On Princess's website, on their section about festive cruises, they've put a statistic saying, did you know 8 out of 10 Americans anticipate stress during the holiday season? So that is literally what they're using to sell the cruises, over Christmas.
But that's a bit negative, isn't it, really?
It's positive for them, though.
Positive for them. You'd probably find it was a higher statistic if it was Brits. I would say 10 out of 10 probably are going to experience stress at that time of the year. So, yeah, maybe it's...
I suppose for the American, it's worse they've got Thanksgiving and then Christmas all within a few weeks of each other.
Absolutely, 2 turkeys, isn't it?
I think they're probably just trying to put a different spin on it and get you to look at it different. Because underneath it obviously says, have a stress-free holiday season with Princess. We do the cooking, the cleaning and the entertaining.
It is attractive.
It is letting someone else do all the hard work.
It is, yeah. But then again, you pay for the privilege. So, it is dearer. Perhaps if they want to entice more people, then drop the prices a little bit, that would help. I'm from the north of England.
So having said that, what kind of person, what kind of cruiser, age group or personality, or maybe let's just go with age group, what kind of cruiser do you think would choose to spend Christmas on a cruise?
I think any age group could spend Christmas on a cruise. I've had people you want to take the stress out of it, and they come on the calls to me and say, I want to take the stress out of it, and can still be people on their first cruise and they've never cruised before. They just want to, like you say, take that hassle away, let someone else do the work for a change. It probably is a bit more the older clientele more than younger, but you're still going to get young people on board.
I think retirement age, realistically, number one, they're probably in a financial bracket that can afford it a little bit more, and then number two, they've got the time. Not everybody gets Christmas off these days, I mean, you have to book it miles in advance for a lot of industries, don't you? So workers and families, I don't know. I mean, I've got a 1.5-year-old son, and I wouldn't dream about taking him away from his grandparents.
Can you imagine what it'd be like?
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
But, I wouldn't take him away from his grandparents because they throttle me, quite honestly. They would. You couldn't. So, I think
maybe next year it could be them that's on the cruise and you're saying, we'll come with you?
Well, yeah, I'd be if they pay.
Nicole, so what do you think, having been on, one cruise?
Yeah, I did NCL Jade.
Yeah, so could you imagine NCL Jade with all the festive decorations, having your Christmas dinner there?
I could imagine it with the decorations, but I still don't think I'd spend it on a cruise. I don't know, I just feel it's like, I think my family are quite traditional, so we all go over to one house, have dinners together, and I feel like I'd just be a bit weirded out by loads of the people having Christmas dinner around me.
But your parents or your grandparents, your aunties and uncles might feel differently. I think it's an age thing that...
I've got a very big family there, so imagine us on a cruise ship. We probably need our own cruise ship, to be honest.
Yeah.
The one thing for me... The one thing for me is like that, is it the M&S advert this year where everyone's got their own idea of Christmas dinner and what's on Christmas dinner. Some people it's all about the turkey, and one woman was like, have you brined the turkey? I'm like, brining a turkey? It doesn't make sense to me. Everyone's got their own idea of it, and I think that for me is what I'd miss, is that your own little bits, like the way your mum cooks something or the way your nan cooks something. That's especially for me, because I that if I was to go home for Christmas, because I live quite far away from my mum, then it's how she cooks it. That's what you go for.
That's what I'd miss. And plus, we don't really have traditional Christmas dinner. We have like Caribbean Christmas dinner.
Ooh.
So we have a lot of Caribbean food.
Nice.
So it's like we have the traditional
Still in for
turkey.
one more.
Always is. We have like traditional turkey, but we have like ackee and saltfish, plantain, and like fried chicken and all that sort of stuff as well.
Sounds
So
amazing.
That just sounds
I
amazing.
miss that, that's what I look forward to.
Uh-huh.
Even though
Sounds
I
like
know what I
dry
like.
stuffing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that as well as like traditional. So I think I'd miss that, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it'd be nice to see what the cruise lines actually offered on Christmas Day, as you know, whether
Yeah,
they do
true.
an alternative. Because I've got no idea actually whether they just
Yeah.
do turkey and all the trimmings, which is what most people would, you know, associate with
Yeah.
the day, or whether they offer different types of cultured food. You know, that'd be pretty amazing.
I think there's an opportunity for a staff freebie here.
Absolutely.
Christmas.
Damn true.
So, who wants to do a 30-second quick fire trivia question on Christmas cruises?
Go on then, I'll do it.
Okay, so your time's going to start when I finish asking the first question.
Thank you, Bradley Walsh.
Well represented. Okay. Which line quotes "The Christmas you swapped a traditional tree for a palm tree" celebrity or Fred Olsen?
Celebrity.
Correct. Which line hosts Christmas market cruises, P&O or Cunard?
Piano.
Correct. Which line offers snowing events, Cunard or Cruise and Maritime?
Cunard.
Correct. Which line has ships in Antarctica this Christmas, Celebrity or Hurtigrute?
Hurtigrute.
Correct. Which line has 158 chefs across the fleet cooking Christmas dinner, Fred Olsen or P&O?
Piano.
Correct. Which line hosts a gingerbread house competition, Princess or NCR?
Princess.
Correct. There you go.
Wow.
You know it all. You don't want to go on a
You
Christmas
smart
cruise, but you
man.
know all about them.
Book with George Sails the Seas.
Having said all of that, so with what the cruise lines do offer, as a conclusion, would you ever consider, whether now or in years to come, ever spending Christmas on a cruise?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would, just not right now.
No, I would definitely.
Definitely, it's something
Eventually, yeah.
when I get bored of cooking the dinner and sorting everything out for everyone else, and I just want an easy life.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
100%.
makes sense.
I'm the same. I think in the future I would.
I think with
Years
all
to come.
the different things that the cruise lines are now bringing in, especially with the bigger ships, they'll be able to do even more at
Yeah.
Christmas going forward
Yeah.
as well. So
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, and being able to visit other cities around Europe or anywhere in the world and being able to go to those Christmas markets, you're not missing out, are you, on your own traditions? You will be at home.
Mhm.
To a point.
Yeah, to a point. But you'll still be experiencing it around the world, and that could be...
It is all experience, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
the key
Yeah.
word.
And with the majority, with the people on that said it'd have to be major destinations then.
Yeah, so
Mm.
somewhere very attractive and probably warm as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was all things cruising Christmas, but now we want your verdict. Are you desperate to spend the festive season on the seas?
Or do you prefer to save your cruise for another time of year? Do you think Christmas should be spent at home?
This has been CruiseCast. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.